Welcome back to You Betcha Radio Podcast, coldest podcast in all the Midwest. I'm Myles, the You Betcha guy, here with Ryan, the T-shirt guy. We are back. We are live, fellas. How we feeling?
Awesome. We are feeling good.
I want to remind everyone that we have the secondary announcement that we will be having an announcement. On what day, Jared? Next week?
Next week.
Next week, we have an announcement. So this is the second announcement of an announcement coming next week.
Yeah. Last week, the announcement was in the hole. This week, the announcement is on deck.
On deck.
Yep.
Yes.
And the announcement's on here, on Patreon.
It's on here.
Okay.
It's on here.
Okay. It's on site.
I'm mostly doing this secondary announcement to put less time in between the first announcement for my own self to remember to announce it next week.
Filibustering a little bit.
Yeah, it's kind of like just like my wife, just a easy reminder, you know,
friendly reminder.
But if it's anything like, you know, my wife reminding me of stuff, I still won't remember on the day. So
well, I'll leave a sticky note on your chair next week.
Thanks, Tyler.
You're welcome.
So we got that coming up. Tyler, you said you had something you wanted to share with us, hot off the press.
One of the patrons remembered a job for me that I forgot.
Okay.
I used to vaccinate turkeys Saturday mornings in high school.
Was this on the Patreon that we talked about this?
All of Tyler's jobs we talked about on Patreon.
Okay, yep. So guys.
So there's one for free.
It was turkey what?
I vaccinated turkeys Saturday mornings.
Okay, so that is one of, we're not going to tell you how many jobs Tyler had. See what I did there, Jared? If you want to find out how many jobs Tyler has had in his life, and it's an astonishing amount for him only being 30 years old.
Yeah.
You got to go to patreon.com/YouBetchaRadio. Listen to last week's episode. We do the hot reveal. Of how many jobs Tyler had.
And who knows? There could be more we're forgetting.
Did you have the bowling alley on last week's list? Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Because
I guess now we got 2 jobs.
The list is at least 2 jobs long.
So now we're just, if we keep going any longer, they're not going to go listen to
and it's You Betcha job.
Yeah.
Damn it. There's 3.
3 out of almost said it. I almost said it. So yeah,
moving on before we give up too much info.
Nib that in the butt. Nib that in the bud.
Ooh.
Like Ryan's college buddies. So I did that.
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
All right. So guys, you know, I'd like to do a serious topic today. I'd like to, you know, we're all giggles and laughs and shenanigans. You know, we're all giggles, laughs, and shenanigans on this podcast.
Is that our new nicknames? Are you Giggles, Ryan's Laughs, and I'm Shenanigans?
Yeah, I'm Giggles.
They should. That's got to be on a wooden sign being sold somewhere. Yeah. Giggles, laughs, and shenanigans.
Some white mom has that in her kitchen.
Yeah, or above the toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says, "Are you scrolling on TikTok right now?" Well, giggles, laughs, and shenanigans.
Do you suffer from GLS? Well, I do too. Giggles, laughs, and shenanigans.
Yeah, we're usually all giggles, laughs, and shenanigans on this podcast.
We should rename our podcast.
Yeah.
Actually, be a great Patreon name, Shenanigans.
But there's a lot going on in America right now.
There is.
There is.
Tons.
And so I'd like for us to take a moment to just take a step back, talk about, you know, the issues that are truly hitting home here in the United States of America. And so, yeah, I mean, like the first topic I'd like to talk about, something that's ruining the fabric of America currently.
Yeah.
It's tough for me to talk about, honestly.
It's okay. You're Giggles, remember, it's fine.
You're right. Just laugh through it. Anything, this is something that I think is ruining the fabric of America. Anything with the word dollar in it that costs more than $1, I think is ruining the fabric of America, and we need to talk about it.
You're spot on. I went to the dollar store to buy my kids stocking stuffers. There's not a single thing in there that's $1.
No, it's the entire dollar store.
No,
that's like Go on. Yeah.
Everything's at minimum $1.30.
Yeah, $1.30.
They don't even have a dollar menu anymore.
Exactly.
They have they had a value menu, so at least they're not lying to us at the McDonald's drive-thru.
They were
Did
for a
they
while,
change
though.
it to value menu?
I think it's value menu now.
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for like a good 4 years there, it was still the dollar menu, and it was not $1.
I mean, these places are giving me trust issues. They're giving America trust issues.
Mm-hmm.
You go to the Dollar Tree and everything costs $1.30.
There's no trees in there.
Yeah.
Not a single tree.
It shouldn't be the Dollar Tree. It should be the $1 tree is what it should be. And not the Dollar Tree, you know?
I'm with you.
Fucking Dollar General? Bullshit.
I was flabbergasted come Christmas time. I'm going in there to buy stupid little squishy balls and all sorts of random stuff to throw in the stockings. I left $40 to buy random shit at the dollar store.
That's a whole nother topic of discussion. That you're buying stocking stuffers of stuff that people just are never going to use and hate.
It's for a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old.
Okay, I thought you were buying it for like your sister.
I'm not.
Because
no.
there's someone in my circle that buys cheap shit like that, and you're like, I would have rather you just wrote me a handwritten note than give me this really inexpensive thing that I'm never ever going to use.
Yeah.
So
They-
that's
like,
a whole nother topic of discussion.
Yeah, you get like one of them slime hands for Christmas or something.
Oh yeah,
Those
Throw
are
it
good,
against the
though.
ceiling.
those
yeah.
are awesome for 15 minutes till they get all dusty.
Yeah, 30
And I get it that, you know, everything costs more right now, but don't be slapping dollar on the front of it if it costs more than $1, in my opinion.
Yeah, don't put lipstick on a pig, you know.
It's kind of true in this scenario.
It's like the marketing behind it is like fucking, you know, I can get out of here with 5 things for $5 plus tax, but no, it's $10 plus tax.
I think the only people in this world today that are true people of their word is Arizona tea
Mm-hmm.
and the
yeah.
and the Costco hot dog.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the only ones standing strong, and
For sure.
everyone else needs an asterisk next to their dollar menus or dollar trees.
It's them versus inflation, a unstoppable force versus an immovable object.
Yep.
One of them's got to give.
Someone was telling me that Arizona tea specifically puts 99 cents on the can so the gas stations can't mark them up.
Love that.
So
That's a great
genius.
idea. That's
You see,
genius.
They trolled Netflix the other day on Twitter. Netflix announced that they're upping their prices.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
And Arizona Tea just commented, Arizona Tea is still 99 cents.
Nice.
I love
that's
that.
elite,
Fuck
dude.
yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't. We gotta get Arizona tea sponsored. This
Hell yeah.
podcast.
Rule.
We'll do it for 99 cents
No.
God,
per
know.
episode.
Decimals.
We still need to, you know,
keep the lights. Yeah, we still need to keep the HVAC.
we need to
guys
make money
coming back.
here, Tyler.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're just 4 dudes. Otherwise, yeah. If this doesn't make money, Tyler, we are just 4 dudes in their 30s and we're losers. You know, then my dad is right.
That's true. We can't let him win.
No.
yeah,
God,
we
no.
can't be doing brand deals for 99 cents.
Nip it in the bud.
Maybe give him a little discount.
Well, yeah, we'll see, but we got to throw that on the list. We got to hit up Arizona tea. Plus, when I used to work concrete, we would literally there was one summer where when we'd go buy some drinks from the gas station, I'd get Arnold Palmer,
Hell yeah. That's the
Arizona
best one.
tea Arnold Palmer's,
So
Best one, hands down.
and then Dave started calling. He didn't know what we were calling them because he never understands anything you say ever, and so when we said Arnold Palmer's, he called them Arnold Parmers. So then they became Arnold Parmies.
Arnie Parmies.
And then just parms. You go into the gas station to get some parms
get a couple parms.
just because Dave doesn't know how to say Arnold Palmer. So
Armor Parmers.
I used to fuck up Arizona teas.
Hell
yeah.
We would just scarf our lunch. We had like a 23-minute lunch period. So we'd scarf our lunch down in 5-10 minutes and we'd run to the gas station and get some more shit. Every day I'd come back with an AT.
mm-hmm.
God,
What was
so
your
good.
what was your flavored choice? Mine was the Arnold Palmer.
That's the half lemonade, half tea.
Yeah, Arnold Palmer's.
Yeah, that's what I get. It's in
Yeah.
the gray can.
The raspberry
those every
one's
time.
good too.
Mm-hmm.
I like the fruit punch one. That's good.
God,
Oh.
it feels so good in your hand too. Like it's got some girth to
good
it.
weight to it.
Great weight to it. I mean, it's probably 2-3 pounds of AT in there.
Mm-hmm.
So, fuck. Those
God,
are
I'm
good.
thirsty.
Yeah.
All right, guys, it is Prize Picks time of the week. We have only a couple weeks left for this
Quite literally, just
in the NFL season at least.
Mm-hmm.
And so, guys, right now, if you sign up with code YBR on Prize Picks, you get $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. You don't need to win the lineup to receive the $50 bonus. It's just guaranteed.
free money.
And we got 2 full weeks here of making lineups.
Mm-hmm.
We got a lot of build up to this one game. And so, Jared, what do you got? I think what we should do is we should do a lineup we feel good about this week, and then next week let's get a little crazy.
Let's get stupid. Let's get a little weird.
Let's get weird.
It's getting nutty.
I got Hollywood Brown more than 42.5 receiving yards.
Tyler,
I like it. I like Jalen Hurts rushing or receiving touchdown.
Ryan,
I got Xavier Worthy at more than 6.5 rush yards.
Mm-hmm.
and I have Saquon Barkley more than 26.5 rush yards in the first 5 attempts.
I love those. I like
that.
those bets.
I might do a full lineup just of those.
Yeah.
This is just done in everyone's first 5 attempts.
Yep.
You can kick back and relax after the first quarter, Miles.
That's
I mean-
true, yeah.
And also, we got the Mahomes more than half a passing yard free square.
Yeah, free square this
Gotta
week.
hammer it.
I mean, I don't want to say it's impossible, but it'd be very hard for him not to get at least 1 pass yard in
I think
this,
he's got it.
in this game.
I think
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, even if he trips during warmups, rolls his ankles out that game, he's a DNP. So then it just
He'll
doesn't
play
even count
anyway.
towards
Counts.
the lineup. Yeah, he'll play anyway. Fuck.
Yeah.
So, guys, you can ride with us this week. Then we're gonna have a little bit of a crazy one coming up for next week. So,
I think we've been saving all of our W's for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
it's
'Cause
true.
we are like what 0 for 20.
I don't know.
No.
We're like
So, anyways,
We
guys,
get-
go
we
to
get Cooper
Prize
Rush.
Picks and sign up with code YBR. Get that $50 bonus when you play your first $5 lineup.
And I think another issue that is ruining the fabric of America is doing constant live action remakes of animated classics.
Okay.
Yeah.
what the fuck does that mean?
The Lion King, they did the live action Lion King. We didn't need that. It
So
came out.
it's not even
Oh,
real live
okay.
action.
Yeah, it's motion capture,
Yeah, it's
Which-
like
but they branded it as live action. No one wanted that. Number one. Number two, they put out the Lion King. No one liked it, and now they're doing another one. Quit
So like
doing
the
that.
realistic looking Lion King,
Yeah.
that's called live action.
Yeah, they also did it with Beauty and the Beast and the Little Mermaid.
Gotcha.
They're doing it with Hercules. They're doing it with all. No one wants them.
I mean, it's just a tale as old as time. Is you keep improving things till you shouldn't keep improving things.
Yeah. What is it? Live long enough as the hero to see yourself become the villain or something?
Yeah, pretty close. Yeah.
Yeah.
They did it.
Yeah, because it's like if it's gonna be cartoon, like part of the allure of cartoons is that they're cartoons.
You can do crazy shit.
Yeah, we didn't.
So what
grow
do
up-
we just gonna like? What do you call it then if it's not a cartoon?
Live action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't grow up.
I can't wait to wake up Saturday morning, have a bowl of cereal, and just watch some live actions.
Dude, you just took the words right.
Go
out
to
of
the
my
fucking
mouth.
zoo if you want to see the Lion King live action. You know,
You took the words right out of
It's,
my
it
mouth.
like honestly,
like imagine if SpongeBob was live action. That would ruin the whole show.
it'd be terrifying.
I mean, live
Talking
action
sponge.
live action Pokemon might be kind of sick.
They did it.
Did they?
Yeah,
Okay, I missed it.
that one was actually.
I didn't
okay.
want it bad enough, I guess.
They did live action Aladdin. Not good. The genie, Will Smith as the genie, was terrible. The genie was meant to be a cartoon.
This is yeah,
Sucks
agreed.
face.
That movie did kind of rock though.
I don't get it. Chris Rock.
Chris Rock.
I was thinking Dwayne. I'm like, he wasn't in it. Sure.
There's that one guy, another actor that everyone thought he was a genie in a movie and he wasn't.
Sinbad.
Sinbad.
Yeah,
Yep.
I could have swore he was the genie in Aladdin, and he just wasn't.
Yeah. Oh no, was the genie was the Shaq movie?
Shazam.
Shazam.
God, that's an old movie.
Mm-hmm. Everyone thought Sinbad was in Shazam, but he wasn't.
Do you guys ever play Shaq Fu on the Sega?
No.
We had Shaq Fu. It's like Mortal Kombat.
That
but just
sounds awesome.
with Shaq.
Kind of sucks.
No.
It wasn't very good.
Yeah, okay. I was a big NFL Blitz guy, but
Yeah, that is ruining. I mean, it's not only ruining the fabric of America, it's ruining the Saturday mornings of America as well.
Totally.
I mean,
Yeah.
what kind of world is my kid going to grow up in that he's not going to get up and watch cartoons? He's going to watch live actions.
It's also, I think it's tarnishing the legacy of these programs too.
Mm-hmm.
The
Yeah.
Lion King, is the Lion King as good as it was originally because they did this new one? I don't think so. I think it takes a notch down.
There's a lot of Disney adults out there would say that they're just not the same,
They're not.
you know?
And the
No,
cousin.
I'm
to
saying that so it doesn't tarnish it because it's just a
Oh.
completely different thing.
yeah, and the cousin to that would be like Disney on Ice or whatever.
See, I'm on board with that though, because that's real live action
It's true.
on ice,
A little bit, of
which is
danger.
funny because a lion would never be in a scenario where he's on
No.
ice.
No.
yeah, closest thing you get is
maybe.
probably like a Siberian tiger or something.
Literally, hell would have to freeze over in order for a lion to be on ice.
So all lions go to hell.
yeah. That was the implication.
I mean, Scar is. Spoiler alert, I guess.
Is he though? It sounds like in the new Mufasa movie, he's a good guy.
Yeah, until he turns. It's like Anakin Skywalker in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Spoiler alert.
Fuck. Holy.
I've been waiting to watch that.
I'll get it one of these days. Ryan, what do you think is ruining the fabric of America?
God, this is a tough one for me to talk about too. Cause when I was younger, I mean, we were all probably boots on the ground type of guys. But in today's world, something that's ruining the fabric of America is kids and their sports teams sending out automatic text messages for fundraising donations. It's like, dude, I've gotten 3 or 4 automated text messages. Hi, this is first name, last name. Please donate to our basketball team. You click the link below. It's like, no. I'm not, unless you come to my doorstep, which that's another topic of conversation. I love it when if a kid leads when he comes to my doorstep and like maybe the parents standing back on the sidewalk, take my money.
Yeah, I'm with you,
Take
dude. I'm not buying your raffle ticket unless you sell it to me.
It
like
is funny
Correct
though.
Belford in the
I
pen.
have gotten a couple of texts from like people I know whose kids are in high school.
Yeah.
Wanting me to donate.
Yeah. And I got to text the parents like, hey, you gotta get my name off these text message lists. I don't want my data being sold. My number's already out there.
Yeah, what is that teaching kids, the youth of America?
I'm gonna just start texting back instead of hitting the button. Just text back, delete, and report junk.
I would rather because the thing is it's like $20 for sure. I'll donate 20
Mhm.
bucks to you. I don't need one of those coupon books because I'm not going to use the coupon book not because I don't think they're useful. I think that I just never remember that I have a coupon book.
Yeah.
But if you just come to my door and hold out your phone and I'll type in my information, that's what I want you to do.
Yeah.
I'll donate the money, but I want to see you work for it. Let's teach good work ethic here, parents, instead of just firing. And that the kid's not firing off those texts.
No, they're just putting names into a database, sending it to their coach and their coaches.
The only argument I have against this is it does show a little bit of ingenuity, a little work smarter, not harder situation, which could be rewarded in some circles. They are casting a much wider net by sending out texts.
But it was never about the money, Tyler.
I think that's all it's about.
No.
Raising funds.
Yeah, I think
it was never about fundraising. It was always about fundraising. And what's fun about firing off a mass text message and having extra time to sit on your ass and play Fortnite?
for sure.
Or Shaq Fu.
For sure.
Or is that fun?
Sure.
Is that fundraising, or is it fundraising going around in the blistering cold, walking up to doors, talking to people that you've never met before and asking them for money?
Also-
What's more fun?
Question for
You
the
tell
parent.
me.
Questions for the parents. Is it fundraising a beta kid who's afraid to go to your front door?
That is true. I mean, you're raising scaredy cats.
Yeah.
You can't go knock on a couple doors.
Yeah.
The thing is like they're not even going to know when opportunity knocks at the door to what even to do when they get older.
Do they have jump rope for Heart anymore?
I don't know.
Because all the cash you'd get are the checks. They're like in the jump rope for Heart envelope, or like the brochure. There was an envelope in the back that you stuffed all your cash in. And fuck, when you'd come back home with a wad of cash in that thing, such a great feeling. It's about the principle of like just being able to go ask for stuff, and then also being okay with getting told no.
That is true.
Yeah.
Now, if no one responds or doesn't donate, that you didn't even, maybe it didn't even make it to them. You don't get that face-to-face rejection that you need to learn.
Yeah, 100%.
It is actually like a really good lesson to learn. Like getting told no, like selling raffle tickets and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, all right, on to the next one. Lick your wounds and move on.
It's true. You don't got that.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see the repercussions later on in life. You know?
Be a hell of a lot more telemarketers out there.
Yeah, probably a lot less solar panels being sold too. That's a door-to-door gig.
It is door-to-door.
You know? So, I mean,
is that a bit we've done?
No, but I just feel like
I guess I didn't realize that was common knowledge to just know. Tyler said it like it's common knowledge. Agreed with you like it was common knowledge.
That's how they sell solar.
No, I understand. I just didn't know it was that common knowledge. I guess I'm out of the loop.
Yeah, I see the TikToks, and I know a guy who's a door-to-door solar panel salesman. He does well for himself, but he also is like he's willing to. He probably had to go door-to-door and fundraise when he was younger.
Yeah, if I would. I'm totally down for this. If anyone is in the Greater Lakes area selling solar panels door to door, hit me up.
So that's confusing, Tyler, when you say Greater Lakes.
We're talking like Michigan,
the Great Lakes,
the
like
greater
Erie
of the
Superior,
the lakes area. That would be the Great
I love how
Lakes area.
This is classic Midwest, mostly Minnesota. It's like people in Minnesota just think that the world revolves around Minnesota at times, in the sense of they call the University of Minnesota the U.
Yeah,
I think every state does that.
And then, but the U is in Miami. Like, come on, guys. And then Tyler's just assuming that the only lakes region in the entire Midwest is where he lives. And calling it the Greater Lakes area.
Well, because it's better than all the rest of the lakes.
I didn't know
areas.
there was a lesser lakes area.
Yeah, every other lakes area is lesser.
You could just specify and say, like, if you're in the land of 10,000 lakes, hit me up.
No, because that'd be too broad. Where I live is the lakes area.
How many lakes? Maybe like what, 500 or so? If you're in the land of 500 lakes.
Yeah, if you're somewhere around, if you're in Becker County, how about that?
There
Okay,
you go.
Perfect.
That's the Greater Lakes area.
If anyone wants to find Tyler's bunker too, I think it's either in Becker County or Otter Tail County. What's Perms County?
Otter Tail. Perms Otter Tail.
It's in one of those two counties. I'm pretty sure. I've narrowed it down. So if anyone wants to go looking for Tyler's bunker,
Well, he's going to need solar out there too.
That's true.
So
Could be in Montgomery County as well.
If you're a door-to-door solar salesman out there, and you find Tyler's bunker, he has to buy solar panels from you for the bunker.
Yeah,
done.
You know, actually, Myles and I will find a solar salesman for you. We'll set you up with a good guy, and he'll get you taken care of.
I don't want him unless he comes knocking on my door.
Where are we going to find a solar salesman?
Wow, someone who's going to report info back to us.
Oh, yeah.
You know? He's trying to get a spy on the inside.
That's what it is.
True.
That's smart.
Yeah, that's actually smart. Get a solar salesman, send him to Tyler. Tyler's like, he's gonna be like, I'm gonna need an ocular pat down of this place to know what your needs are. Tyler will take him to the bunker. Then the guy will report back to us.
Exactly.
Easy peasy.
Exactly.
The entire thing.
Yeah, put a bug. Bug him.
Yeah, even if he puts a bag over his head, we'll have a pen in his front pocket with a camera on it.
Yep.
A locator.
Yep. We'll find my iPhone.
Here's my iPhone. Take
You
it.
got Apple AirTagged him.
Yeah, we could even do the Meta glasses or whatever. Just throw a Ray-Ban sticker over the side.
good.
Ray-Ban
Tyler
has
know
smart
about
glasses.
that.
Yeah,
too.
Ray-Ban does.
They tried to sell me on them last time I was at the eye doctor.
Huh.
No go.
No go.
Mm.
They're
Jared, what do you think is ruining the fabric of America?
People don't know how to stand in line in America.
So you're saying that lines are ruining the fabric of America?
You know what I think eliminated the line, or people knowing how to stand in line? Self-checkout. Nobody has to stand in line at the person one anymore.
No, the problem is, Tyler, you're close. It's the mobile order pickup is what's ruining lines, because in that area, everyone, you don't have to wait in a line. It's just waiting for your order to come up, and then you're hop in there.
Yeah. Self-checkout was first, though. So I think that got the ball rolling.
Yeah.
It's just like people, like you go to a gas station and people are standing directly behind the person and there'll be like a door in the way. So there's like a lot of cross traffic going
Mhm.
when you should be like kind of peeled to the
wrapped
side.
around.
Yeah, just peel around a little bit.
Yeah.
Peel around. And
Get peeled.
It's like a little reach around, a little wrap around.
yeah. And like in other countries like Europe, they know how to stand in line. And I've seen videos.
I was gonna say
Cute.
you've never been to Europe, have you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like we just need a better line etiquette, I think is the
I mean, you guys had to line up for recess to go back inside when we were younger, correct?
Mhm.
Mhm.
I mean, that's are they
indoctrination.
not teaching that anymore? Or are they just letting
Yeah.
kids barge through the door?
No,
or-
they just send out mass texts now. Say that they're
Say,
that
hey,
they're-
time to
they're-
go in.
You're
instead
fucked.
of because they count all the kids after recess, right? That's
Yeah.
why you stand in the
Yeah,
line.
head count.
It's like they just now text the teacher and say I'm inside.
Yeah, here.
They say it's fine.
made it.
I had a line interaction this weekend. I was at a fast casual restaurant, and it was questionable who was up next because,
Mhm.
like you said,
Every episode. Every episode.
like you said, Jared, the line we're all sorts of fucking mess.
Mhm.
But also, these places are trying to maximize how much space they have for seating, so they don't leave a lot of room for a line necessarily.
Yeah.
I might also been part of the issue.
Staring at my phone.
And I knew we were up next, though, in my heart of hearts. But you still got to ask the guy, you go ahead,
Mm-hmm.
assuming that he knows that you were here first and that he's just going to say, go ahead, but you have to say that.
Right, yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to do if I'm clearly up next and I say, you can go ahead. And he says, okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be
He doesn't
pissed.
even give you a "you sure?"
Yeah.
I insist.
Yeah. I mean, we just do lines in I mean, the reason why is we're just doing less lines. We
Mhm.
got so many checkout spots, mobile orders. You don't have to wait in line. You just walk in. And now I think it's just we've forgotten even how to get in line.
Yeah. We're rebels.
Yeah. Which,
Rebellion.
but it's at the American spirit. That's really what
Mhm.
we're bred for, though, is not standing in line.
Polar
Anarchy.
beer.
We started with a revolution.
Yeah.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah,
So,
true.
do you want us to be more like Europe?
Just with lines in general, just peeling around.
Do you want us to
A
get
little
in
more-
line? Next thing you know, we're sending taxes over to Europe, and it's just that's what you want.
And then Arizona tea starts getting taxed.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't risk our tea
And then we're gonna have to dump a shitload of Arizona tea in
into the Greater
harbor,
Lakes.
to the Greater Lakes Harbor. We're gonna have a fucking Duluth tea party, Duluth, Arizona tea party.
I think that might have been it. Yeah.
One thing I love about traveling is when the TSA agents get fucking pissed off at everybody who is just like, everyone's kind of like discombobulated and like no one. It's just a big mumbo jumbo in front of the desk agent, and they're yelling and trying to get people organized and telling you what you can leave in, what you can leave out. But you're just gonna ask that anyway, so it's like, for them to try and like have order with what's going on out front is just almost useless. No one wants to listen to a TSA agent.
No.
But the thing, it's not for you, Ryan. You've traveled enough to know there are some people who do not fly, who have no idea what's going on. And when
That's
they
fair.
get up to the front, if they are completely flying blind, they're going to freeze and hold up the whole line.
Mhm.
That's fair.
So at
it's like you
least-
at the grocery store.
I don't remember what.
Well, you said you hadn't been in the grocery store in like 2 or 3, 5, 6 years. So
That would be, yeah. I'm not going to know what to do the next time I set foot in the grocery store.
yeah.
Now, if the grocery stores took a page out of TSA,
Give you orders.
all right, pick a lane, take all your stuff out of the cart, put it on the belt, keep the lines moving. You can keep your shoes on. Like that'll be helpful for me. Just like when someone never flies, they get a heads up that they got to take their shoes off.
Sure. Yeah. And the people, the regulars at the grocery store, they know all that stuff already. It's just, it's for
guys like
correct.
me.
Yes. Yep.
I've never been.
Where's
Yeah.
the pimple ketchup?
Yeah. Statute of limitations too. Like, you know, it's been long enough to where I think now you can say you've never been to a grocery
100%.
store.
Yeah. It's off my record. It's
Yeah,
been so
correct.
long. It's now been cleared off my record like
Yeah.
it never happened.
I think we call that expunged, maybe. I don't know. My buddy was talking about expunging something off of his record. I don't know what it.
One of your college
A
buddies.
college buddy. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he couldn't fly home
Hey.
for Christmas because he's on like no fly list. But he's like, next Christmas I can because I get expunged.
In a couple of
Like,
months,
yeah.
my final minor will be expunged.
Let's go.
Mm.
Is it 10 years or
Yep,
what?
10 years.
Let's
Wow.
go.
That's
Yeah.
huge.
Just like your minor. I've never been to a grocery store. I forgot that I said that. I haven't. The other weekend though, I drove Ann and my son to the grocery store, dropped her off, and me and the little guy just drove around the parking lot for a while.
Oh yeah,
So I was close.
you were there. You were right there.
I was right there.
Yeah.
Just couldn't get myself to do it though.
Yeah.
They've changed a lot. You would be amazed
And-
at grocery stores nowadays.
Really?
It's
What do they got going on in
it's
grocery
crazy.
stores now versus like 5 years
Well,
ago?
now they got these automatic misters that spray the
They've had those forever.
produce or
I
whatever.
was gonna say, I remember
They've
those.
had those for a long time.
Wow, fuck. Now they got
They still
now
doing
got-
samples at the grocery store?
Oh, that's
Some of them, yeah.
Sundays.
Some grocery stores.
Only on Sundays?
At least the one I go
The
to.
fact that we're not doing samples at grocery stores every day of the week anymore, it's ruining the fabric of America.
I agree.
I need more than one donut hole on my Tuesday trip to the grocery store.
As a kid, man.
Give me some fruit snacks,
Yeah,
please.
Yeah, what's a tablespoon of muscle milk gonna do for my muscles? Give me the whole bottle as a sample, and then I'll decide, you know, if I actually want to buy some. So,
They do muscle milk samples.
at the
Again, you guys got to let me know what's going on at the grocery store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother segment.
Yeah.
What's new? What's the hot stuff in the grocery store these days?
That's the
There's
kind of
hot food.
groundbreaking material you get on You Bet Your Radio.
well, shit, they
I mean, there's got to be other guys out there who haven't been in the grocery store in half a decade.
Plus.
Yeah.
speaking of
Is there anything new going on, or am I not missing much?
well, wow,
I
they
really,
got,
I mean, besides self checkout,
well, they got some of them. They got Starbucks in there now. You can get a coffee at the grocery store.
I remember that though.
You can
Yeah.
they got people rolling sushi in the grocery stores now.
that's true.
It's like,
Yeah, yeah.
it's like a goddamn sushi restaurant in there. It's like,
The local.
where do you want to go to for supper now? Let's go to Cashwise.
Yeah, another local grocery store chain around here. They have like, you can build your own popcorn bag.
Stop.
Yeah, so you go.
How do they have room for this?
So they're like, hey,
back.
you.
What did they take out?
I don't know. I think they built it. It's brand new, and they just had a popcorn wing in there.
Mm.
So you can go in there and be like, I like the regular cheddar caramel, but I want my ratios to be 60 cheddar, 20 caramel, 20 regular.
See, I'm a compartmentalized guy. I like getting the big tin with the 3 dividers with
splitter.
all 3 of them
Yeah.
in separate bags.
Yeah.
I don't like eating
I'm with you.
cheese with caramel. No one's ever like, God, I'm just craving a cheesy caramel dish.
That's
I guess that is
sweet and
fucking
salty.
cheesecake, but the cheese is it's not cheddar. You know, it's
Can you
cream
imagine
cheese.
Yeah.
cheesecake was cheddar?
Cheddar cheesecake.
Strawberry cheddar cheesecake. Ugh.
Yeah, cheesecake's just it's cheese is creamalized.
Mhm. Cream and caramelized.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you guys got anything else that's ruined the fabric of America?
I mean, I got some lower ones. They're tearing the fabric. It's not completely ruined yet. Slow walkers, dude.
They're pilling the fabric.
They're pilling the fabric. Slow walkers are pilling the fabric of America.
Well,
It's
But
just
also, you know,
your
Tyler,
own-
maybe slow down once in a while.
Or
Smell the roses.
Get out of the way.
Tyler, I'm with you, man. And the one on my list was the lack of spatial awareness in just in public places.
I think we combine yours with Jared's and mine, and I
Correct.
think that you're right on the money.
Yeah, people do not have spatial awareness anymore in
None.
grocery stores, in department stores. Airports is another big one. I don't know what's going on in their heads, but they're in la la land.
Everybody's
acting like
looking
no one
down.
else. Yeah, everyone's looking down at their phones.
Huh?
You know,
If you
just
don't
gonna
look
get-
up once in a while, you're gonna miss it.
Yeah.
preach,
or run
Don't
into the back
blink,
of someone.
preach.
No, the
I had
only
an embarrassing moment at the airport last week.
oof.
Walked through the airport and some guy yelled out to me who was a fan of some sort. And there's a guy walking by and it sounded like it came from behind me. So I turned around and the guy that walked past turned around, looked at me, and I like said like, hey, yeah, good to meet, whatever. And the guy was like, what the fuck? And then I turned back around and the guy who actually yelled was just magically standing in front of me. And so I literally just like yelled at this one guy who was just trying to get to gate B4, you know?
And also the fan that did say something probably thought you were trying to hide. He says hi to you.
He
and
probably
you
thought I
turn
was
around
ignoring
quick.
him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great, good guy though. He's a TSA guy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you give me some wings?
Yeah, he let me go through the back door. I didn't have to go through the metal detector.
Hell yeah.
No, that didn't happen. I folled all the rules. I do
Back
have TSA
door.
pre-check though, so I didn't have to take off my shoes like a fucking dunce.
I don't even have to put deodorant on when I go to airports anymore because I haven't.
Because you have TSA pre-check.
No, I haven't had to lift my arms over my head in 10 years. No deodorant anymore. Don't need it.
Are we all pre-checked?
I am.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
I'm
look at
PC.
us.
Yeah,
This is
I'm
a
cleared.
This is a pre-checked up.
I didn't
podcast.
realize that we were so elite.
I'm cleared.
Are you?
No,
I was
God,
gonna say having clear in Fargo is so fucking pointless. They don't have clear.
having pre-check in Fargo is damn near. I mean, obviously you're connecting a lot of places. It's like, it's kind of like, yeah. It's like, hey, I
We were talking about because I flew with Jig. We were like talking about what is more useless than the person running the TSA pre-check line in Fargo. It's just pointless.
Right, yeah.
probably the person working the gift shop at the Fargo airport.
Yeah. Yeah, 2 jobs.
Be legendary.
Yeah, I don't assume people are flying into Fargo to get trinkets to bring back home.
And if they are, they're not buying them at the airport.
No.
I had another one that falls into the spatial awareness, I think. It's just people who keep their phone on loud.
Mm.
What are you doing?
Yep.
You're ruining the fabric of America. We're a vibrate-only society.
I would love to hear your justification of how they're ruining the fabric of America, though.
It's just the spatial awareness. It's just like at this point in life, ear space and brain space is sacred to each person, and they're violating it by keeping their phones on loud.
Okay, so on his side, you say that you want people to put their phone down and be more aware of their surroundings and interact with people, and now you want people to stay in their own bubble and just keep on their own phone with no sounds.
That
I mean, what
useful social interaction do we get from me hearing Jared's phone go off?
Well, it's
None.
Tyler's
None.
phone goes off. I'm like, well, we know who the boomer is in the room. Me and Ryan now are connected. You may not be connecting with that guy.
So you're saying that people should leave it on loud to be the sacrificial lamb to create other relationships.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. It's like if someone's
Okay.
talking on speakerphone in the
Oh
airport,
my god!
I do like that.
or like FaceTime is another. That's just another world. Like FaceTime, no AirPods.
Mm-hmm.
It's a wild move.
That is crazy.
But my little sister exclusively communicates through FaceTime. Like instead of just even when she's driving, she'll just FaceTime me and then set the phone down as if it was on speaker.
I hate that.
So why don't you just call me?
I don't know.
I can't even see
I
you.
don't know either.
I'm just looking at the inside of your cup holder right now.
Which grosses me out. I hate looking at the inside of cup holders. They're so dirty.
They are
and
gross.
They
clean.
are pretty dirty.
Black hole.
Like that's got to be dirtier than toilets.
Oh yeah.
Also, one of the favorite things right now, like in the internet, like fun facts news world right now, I feel like is saying what stuff is dirtier than toilets. Have you seen that? Like your toothbrush has 200 more germs than
I
a
have
toilet
seen that
does
one.
on average.
Mhm.
Or like,
AirPods.
yeah, your AirPods have
Yeah.
5 billion more germs than if you lick the toilet seat.
Thanks. I'm still not gonna lick the toilet seat.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and then just
Shit on my
then we
AirPods.
have a toilet licking epidemic because they said I can't use my AirPods and I should be licking toilets. Here we are. So really, those meme pages and news pages are ruining the fabric of America.
Maybe toilets. Maybe toilets are.
Yeah,
Toilets
Could
are easy
be.
to clean though because it's just porcelain. There's really no like cracks and crevices. I mean,
And
a
they-
couple here and there,
And they
but
flush every time you're done with them.
Yeah.
Except for your grandma's old squishy toilet seat. That would get
yeah, we had squishies growing up.
Yeah, dude.
I just can't believe that there was a period of time that we all have sat on a squishy toilet seat
So
before.
worst.
Yeah.
And then
And it's like that weird, like kind of like plasticky
Mhm.
fake leather style material.
Yeah.
And then when you stand up, it like peels off your skin.
And then eventually it cracks, and then when you sit on it, a cracked one, it pinches your butt cheek a little.
Oh yeah, that's happened to me a couple
Yeah.
times.
You look like you've been cutting yourself, but on your thighs.
Yeah,
Yeah, just yeah.
on the backs of them.
I always felt like the seat's not very big either. It's like very like narrow, tight.
Yep.
That is one thing we have done a good job with in America is making toilets bigger.
hmm
Yeah.
Like you go into an old home and you sit on a toilet seat and like you can barely like it's hard to find the hole with your butthole. You know? It's kind of like you sit down and you're like, well, hopefully this goes in.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. You start
And
looking-
now you almost fall in the new toilets. So I'd rather almost fall in than miss completely.
hmm
Yeah,
Much easier to explain.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'd rather have wet cheeks than poopy cheeks.
Or just poop everywhere. Look like you had a blowout like your kid.
Yeah.
It was my
Up your
child.
back.
Because then there's spatter back. You know,
Oof.
you get some stuff on the sheetrock. Hey, you guys got a magic eraser? Toilet's pretty small in there.
It's old as fuck.
You guys got a mop.
Like on those
There you-
those old ones, they should have like a light system that gives you a green light when you are aiming in the toilet.
Yeah, when it can sense it. Yeah, it can sense a hole.
Kind of like the bowl light.
Yeah, I mean it's just basically
Yeah.
like brown eye tracking software. Kids these days won't understand what it's like to sit on a tiny ass padded toilet
Tiny
seat.
ass.
Fucking squishy. It does. When you sit on one of those squishy toilet seats, it does feel like you're just sitting on someone else's butt cheeks.
The squishy ones.
It's just like butt cheek on butt cheek action.
Well, they're like always sweaty too.
Yeah.
Because you got the perspiration from the water, and then your butt's sweaty.
Yeah.
It's
Little
trapped all
summers
day
fucking
in
slip
fucking
right
dry
off
fits.
Yeah, it's like there's a fine line. If it's crazy in there, you get too sweaty, you're slipping and sliding all over the place.
Yeah, and then
But if it's an in-betweener, you're sticking.
Yep.
yeah, and if you're sitting there waiting for round 2, it's like, and you're slipping and sliding, you don't know if you're back in position or not.
That is true.
It's
You
very
know?
stressful.
It's stressful.
Yeah, round 2 gets fucking wild with those slippery toilet seats.
Slippy seats.
Another thing kids these days won't understand. Kids these days will not understand the feeling of a freshly burnt CD.
Oh, hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just feeling like king of the world with 12 songs you picked.
Mhm. You know, it's like you feel like you are a music producer
Mhm.
when you burn that CD.
You just pull it out. It's gold. Got 3 lines on it. You write Tyler's summer mix.
Yeah. Yeah, every time you take it out, you put it in there, you take it out, you have to look at the back side of the CD to see if it's a different color where that wrote the songs on the thing. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I remember. Yeah.
I've never burnt a CD before. I always just had had
Dude,
kids
you're
at
missing
school.
out.
I just had
Adults
kids.
these
I had
days.
kids at school burn them for me.
You might have missed it. Nothing else has a CD drive anymore.
You knew you were in a good spot when you were able to get the colored CDs. Do you remember that phase?
Because I always
He wasn't that cool then.
every CD I ever burnt was just shiny gold.
Yeah. They started coming out with like red and blue and purple and all that. That was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I remember those.
Yeah, I mean, you titled them Weekend Jams 2009.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I had Mac Miller's like first album on a blue one for Blue Slide
You-
Park.
That was the thing. Like you burnt CDs for other people as well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
You basically had a CD plug.
There's the height of romance in middle school was burning your significant other a CD.
And also the pure vibes of leaving school on a Friday afternoon, getting in your car, popping in Weekend Jams 09 and just cruising home with the windows down was the best feeling in the world. And kids just, what are you going to go fucking have Spotify DJ mix something up for you real quick? Your AI DJ?
Hey, it's me, Ed.
Yeah, you want to start a jam?
Yeah. And then like with burning CDs, you would have to stack it. Like you would have your best song first.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
like
yeah.
a closer.
The etiquette of it.
Yeah.
You got to have a couple, like not sleepers, but like maybe cult classics right in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell if I had burned multiple CDs in a session, you could tell which ones I burnt first because I wrote what songs were on it on the outside. And by the time I got to the 5th, 6th CD, it was just named a thing and I had to guess and remember
Yeah.
what was on
Yeah.
it.
That was the best, hopping in a buddy's car, like right when, 14, 15 years old. And they'd pull out their
The book.
the book
Yep.
of CDs and they'd let you look through that and pick whatever one you'd want.
I don't know why I'm not a Dodgers fan, but for some reason my CD book was a LA Dodgers CD book. I still have it somewhere.
Gotta start over.
Well, no, it's because it's like back in the day, you couldn't just like buy sports memorabilia online and have every team
Right.
you wanted. It was just always the most popular teams ended up in the stores. And so if you wanted a sports one, it was just whoever was the most popular at the time. And you just bought that.
It's a cool logo.
Tyler, did you ever sell CDs?
No.
Okay, I was gonna say we had to write that down on your
No,
job
that's
list.
one thing. I've never been a flipper.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
It might be a shorter list if we do jobs I haven't done.
That's true. That's very true.
Something that kids these days will never understand is the absolute stealth you had to accomplish passing notes in class.
Mm-hmm.
Like we were like Tom Cruise Mission Impossible level stealthy, making sure we didn't get caught passing notes. Kids now, they just kind of like sneakily text. You don't have to hand anything to anyone.
Yeah, or they Snapchat from like the Snapchat's down here, and you can only see like the bridge of their nose and up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, we would.
I mean, I don't get a lot of Snapchats from kids, so I don't know how they're Snapchatting.
Well, I say that because there's a couple kids at the lake, and I like if I see him Snapchat, and it's just
Gotcha.
like it's face up right here and straight
Gotcha.
up to the sky. We used to just stuff them in the vents of lockers.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
Slide it up the
Yeah,
vent to the
slide 'em
locker.
But then you
That-
can't communicate mid class. Like we were like,
Oh, we used to. Well, but then we would go like you go up to get a Kleenex and you'd fucking just like slip it out of your pocket
Yeah.
onto their desk.
Yeah. Like, how many of those scenarios do you think we actually got away with versus the teacher knew what we were doing? They just didn't say anything.
dude, it has to be, I would say it was around 50-50.
I was going to say
It's gotta be more than
60,
that.
40.
Like 60-40, we were getting caught and they didn't say anything.
No, 60, 40. We were sly enough to get by.
Oh, not a chance. You just got to remember. So we view our teachers back in the day as these well put together people. Half of our teachers were hung over every single
Yeah.
Monday. They didn't give a fuck.
In
They
their
just
20s.
they had to
Right.
pick and choose their moments. You know, they're 24 years old. They just are still drunk from the weekend and they got to come and deal with you. It's like, it's not worth it to get pissed about a note at that day. Yeah, I bet the amount of it was either like they would give out detention on Mondays because they were cranky from being hung over and just they would just snap, or you get away with way more shit because they didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
It's kind of a,
There were hair of the dog in it in their coffee that morning,
mhm.
half in the bag.
That would be crazy. Just drinking on the job as a high school teacher.
I realized probably like 2-3 years after high school that one of my teachers, his coffee mug, he was drinking it was just his spitter. He was spitting his chew in his coffee mug all the time.
It's kind of badass, actually.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, he could get fired for that.
Oh, probably. I mean, we'd all get in trouble for having chew in high school, and then the teacher was just doing it too.
Our VOAG teacher openly chewed.
Yeah.
You see the ring in his pocket.
Rules don't count for shop teachers.
No, he wasn't on like his like shop was like across the parking lot. So he would,
Hell yeah.
that's
He's even more rogue.
separation of church and state.
We had a
if you
kid,
will.
I shit you not, his name was Dylan. We were in English class and he got caught with a dip in, and the teacher was like, "What's in your lip, Dylan?" And he swipes his tongue in his lip, swallows it. And he's like, "Nothing." And then he just went white as a ghost and projectile vomited all over the floor.
A buddy of mine, his uncle was a construction tech teacher out in Devil's Lake area. And he caught a kid chewing outside when they were building the house, which he didn't think it was that big of a deal. But I don't know. He went up to the kid and he said, like, I know what you're doing. I know you got to chew in right now. You either swallow that right now and I don't say anything, or you can go spit it out and I'm going to have to report you to the office. So the kid ended up swallowing it.
Damn.
Jesus.
He was in sports because we didn't want anyone to know. He wanted to get suspended.
That's 2 weeks off.
That was 6 weeks for us, Tyler.
Jesus.
Yeah.
We risked it. A shitty tournament you didn't want to go to, 2 weeks off. I'll get caught.
Jesus.
No, we didn't do that. Another thing kids these days just don't understand at all is just listening to your coach. I have a buddy who is an assistant wrestling coach, and he said these
Coach or your dad?
kids, the coach, listening to your coach.
Okay.
I have a buddy who's an assistant wrestling coach. He said they're bringing their fucking phones to practice. And
That is crazy.
and I'm like, is this normal? He's like, yeah, every coach I've talked to this year says they have the
Like,
same problem.
on the field.
In the wrestling room during practice.
Okay, well,
on the
but
mat.
that's a room. It's inside. You just throw it with your fucking.
But you guys have
cover up.
lockers.
Yeah, you're not like if you brought your phone into practice when I was in high school, your ass would have been running the entire fucking practice. And he said like they're just ignoring the lessons they're being taught, and on their phones in the middle of practice, they'll set their phone down on the side, drill a little bit, and then pick it back up and just.
That's crazy. to
And
me.
That is why.
There's no way that's happening.
And I was like, dude, how is this fly? Because like we wrestled together in college. Like if we'd have pulled this shit in college as adults, we'd have got our asses beat. And he's like, I don't know, dude, but every coach I've talked to is dealing with the same shit right now.
That's crazy. Can you imagine like you're fucking all right. I write 24 blast left on one. Ready? Break. Set hot. Drive the play, then run back to the huddle, pull out your phone, fucking take a selfie.
Yeah.
All right, let's do another play. Just hold on one sec.
Hold on, coach. Hold one second.
I'm trying to find the right filter.
What time do you want me to come over after? Can I
Try
chill after practice? Or
All right, cool. What are we running? Crazy.
Insane. I couldn't believe him.
Now, we used to like, when we'd have like a Saturday morning shoot around for basketball that was no structure, we
Right.
would like bring our phones in.
Yeah,
the gym.
captain's practice. I think totally fine. Like sanctioned, regular, like important practices.
Yeah.
Bananas.
But it's like, yeah, if everyone's doing it,
You can't suspend your whole team.
yeah. I mean, if you're a coach, you just make a rule.
Yeah, but I guess like
I mean, yeah, it's like what? It's just. I think that's maybe more of a reflection on
yeah,
you as a coach.
I don't know.
they don't have control.
I kind of was like, what are you fucking doing? Why are you letting them get away with this? And then he basically like everyone's dealing with it. He said since COVID, blamed it on COVID.
We're still fucking blaming stuff on
Yeah.
COVID.
He said that's when the switch happened.
You know what? It's Tyler. You tell me this: is it your fault or your kid's fault if your kid puts their glass of milk right on the edge
Right on
of the table, and then they knock it off on the floor. Whose fault is that?
If it's the very first time and they've never been warned, my fault.
Your kid is 4?
Yeah.
5.
Even after he's been warned, is it your fault or is it the kid's fault?
His fault.
I would 100% disagree.
You should have learned
He
your
is
lesson.
4 years old.
The first time you
So when they are 15 years old and all they can think about is getting their dick wet on their phone, I think it's the coach's fault.
No?
But also kids these days, come on,
Dude.
let's figure the fuck out.
Sad.
I think it's a classic both sides of the coin.
No?
It's its fault here.
No?
And really, I think it's on the parents.
Ricochet shots to them.
I don't know. I don't know how a parent would in today's world. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh fuck! Set limits on the Yeah, I mean, you can set limits of how long you're on certain
Yeah.
apps or shit like that. I don't know.
They'd hack their way through it.
Smart kids.
Do you think it's even possible in today's world to have your kid raw dog life until they're 18? No phone
I don't know.
whatsoever.
They're
When did
Amish.
you guys get your phones?
It's like I just feel
Yeah.
like you're then creating such an inconvenience for yourself.
Right. My dad wasn't going to let me have a phone until I was like 16 or 17. And then it became so inconvenient that I got one when I was 14, I think.
Well, it was just regular convenient, but the rest of his life became so convenient because he had a phone and he was used to that.
yeah. And I was always having to borrow people's phones and then he wouldn't answer it because he didn't know the number.
Yeah,
And I was like, Dad, it's fucking me.
my dad would
Come
have.
pick me up.
My dad would have to give me, because my dad had a cooler flip phone than my mom, so my dad would always give me his flip phone when I'd like go to a freshman get together or something.
Mhm.
I think I got my own phone at 14 when I got my license.
Okay.
I got lucky. My brother was 16. I was 12 when I got my first flip phone. But it's because like my brother got one and they got like a 2-for-1 deal.
Yeah.
So I got one too.
Yeah.
It was
I
kind of
bet
sick,
he was
actually.
pissed. He's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of flip phones,
No,
too,
it was my older sister who was actually mad.
Mm.
She's like, I didn't fucking get a phone until I was in college. You got one when you were 12.
He's like, well, they weren't invented until you were in college.
kids these days will never know what it's like to text with T9 word.
Hell yeah.
God, I could rip T9 words so good.
Fingers flying, dude.
Absolutely. Like, just
Now,
getting
you
them
thought you were
warmed up.
fast, but for whatever reason, it was always a girl.
Oh, yeah.
There was always one girl who was so lightning fast. I swear her fingers work faster
Dude,
than her brain.
Agreed.
I'm pretty sure
Like if she was going to like talk in front of the class, it would be faster for her to type out in T9 word her speech to the class than it would be for her to say.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
in the last couple of weeks, I saw a TikTok come up of, I think it was Ellen show. This girl in the early 2000s goes on and tries to set the Guinness World Record for fastest T9 usage. And the phrase was, to be or not to be, that is the question. And she did it in under like 4 seconds or some shit. It was nuts. I'll find that video and send it to you guys.
I love Ellen.
Yep.
Me too.
Kids these days won't understand pre-scandal Ellen.
I'm actually experiencing this one right now as my kids start to watch television programs. Kids these days will never understand the rush of running to the bathroom during a commercial so you can get back out before your show starts again.
For sure.
Because it's all on Netflix.
They can pause it. They can rewind.
Yeah.
That is true. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
They won't know pre-TiVo.
They won't.
Pre-DVR.
Yeah. Especially during.
I feel like me even knowing what TiVo is dates me quite a bit.
Yeah.
It's a big deal when it came out.
Because it's TiVo, then it became DVR.
Mhm.
Yeah. TiVo was unbelievable. The noises it would make.
Well, it's like even like music too. Like if we're just listening to the radio and a commercial comes on, they'll be like, "Dad, change the song." Like I can't. It's a commercial, buddy, and it's a foreign concept to them.
Good lesson.
Yeah.
Yeah, my kid wants me to skip every commercial, but I just have to tell him it's not YouTube.
Yeah.
And so, like, if we're watching something, I say I can't skip this one, and then he'll go, "It's not YouTube." Like, how do you even know what YouTube is already? I mean, yeah, he's seen every iteration of Old McDonald on YouTube. That is quite funny.
Just
in
a banger.
existence.
You got to get in watching.
There
You
are some
Betcha
old
videos.
McDonald. There are some old McDonald videos on YouTube with over 1 billion views.
Mhm.
Dude,
Yeah, my kid likes Old McDonald too. He also loves Bingo.
Yeah.
short- long for bingo.
Yeah.
Is that his name-o?
Yeah, yeah, it is.
Okay.
Speaking of TVs, kids will never know the feeling that you'd get when you'd smack the side of the TV and it would just automatically be fixed.
Dude, can I add blowing into a
Same
N64
thing.
cartridge too?
Same thing.
Dude, fixing old technology is the best.
Yeah, it was so
Just-
easy.
No, it's not. It's quite literally the worst.
But the thrill of your
This is classic. Like, oh, it was so much better. Like the fact that you had to hit your TV to get it to work was crazy.
but we just don't have the thrill of being able to fix something with moderate violence
You are
anymore.
right. Yeah. Yeah. Usually modern violence makes it worse in today's world.
Yeah.
You're right.
I don't know. Guessing a Wi-Fi password is pretty thrilling though.
When have you ever guessed it?
Well, you can like put 2 and 2 together, like what their other passwords are, and then you
Hmm.
get like your parents' password.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you were like rolling into a restaurant and just knowing it. Like,
Sometimes
Jared's
you
like,
can.
I'm gonna guess this, and he gets like 9XW3942.
Sometimes you can.
I'm in.
Yeah, sometimes you can.
We had the air compressor the other day wouldn't fire up. So I was like, God, what if like I have to hit the side of it just in case that's the issue. It hit the side of it, didn't work.
Damn
so
it.
I know.
They just don't make stuff like they used
No.
to.
No, they don't. They don't.
Oh. Well, boys, should we take a break?
I think we should.
I have one.
Oh, sorry.
The thrill of the bottom scroll if school is canceled or not.
Oh my God.
Hell
dude.
yeah,
Yeah.
Jared.
I'll never.
Because now they just go on Twitter or what?
I think you get
Text
an
alert.
automatic
You get
text
text alert.
message. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to like go watch TV.
We would get that shit for daycare because our daycare ran off of the school system cancellations. So you just get a text alert when schools are canceled.
Mm-hmm.
My high school I started with a W, so I had to wait till like damn near the very
No.
end. But it was thrilling.
I mean, honestly, that's like the 12-year-old version of winning the lottery, like watching the lottery numbers.
It was a kick to the balls though. Like it would just say like school bus is 2 hours late for your school. You're like, I gotta still go to school.
Yeah.
The damn
Yeah. Why
bus
why
kid.
is the school
And honestly, a school day that's scrunched is almost worse.
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather have a full day than just like 2 hours late. Because, like, you'd get into class and then, I don't know, it just was always way more hectic. Feel like nothing ever got done.
What did you guys
You
do?
still would have the same amount of homework, but you wouldn't have any time during the class to do the homework. You know,
Yeah.
they would do like 10 minutes at the end. You could work on it.
Yeah.
Did your school just eliminate the first 2 hours of the day, or did they take all your classes and scrunch them?
I feel like had different time. Like, at one point, we did the scrunched.
Mhm.
Then other times, they just got rid of the first two.
We did this scrunch, and the teachers were just always super spazzy. Like, we only got 45 minutes today, so no dicking around. And then they'd be just extra crabby.
Mhm. Like I said, yeah, it's just a high stress situation for them. Every teacher's got a plan until they get punched in the mouth by a 2 hour late.
I got the state breathing down my neck. We got MEA coming up.
Well, like my senior year, I had first hour study hall, so I didn't have to go to school for first hour.
So,
like,
2 hours late was a kick.
2 hours late, I was like,
nuts.
fuck, who gives a shit? 2 hours late.
But it would be kind of sick then if you did the scrunch and then you get an extra 30 minutes on top of that.
I know I would have. Yeah, we didn't scrunch. We just eliminated. So I'd get to school and I'd go to lunch like 30 minutes later, even though I ate breakfast 30 minutes before that.
I'm not hungry. I'm gonna get an
Yeah.
Arizona tea.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, should we take a break?
Yep.
Sure.
All right, guys, before we get to the next segment, we got to talk about what we got going over on our website, oubetcha.com. I'm wearing the Boys Are Buzzing patch hat today. None of the rest of you guys are wearing any merchandise.
But I know we
Tyler?
got a bunch of cool shit.
It's because
Yeah.
I've been slinging it all.
Yeah.
I've been
we're
slinging it all day, every day.
damn near out of vests. I can't wear one of those.
Damn near out of larges. Go XL.
I think I
XLs. We're
looked today,
getting there.
there's 14 larges left or something like
Sounds
that.
about right.
14.
So they're almost gone. Yeah, but the patch hats are pretty sweet. We gotta get some more patch hats going.
The patch hats are fire. We just launched the Bush Classic hats, which is a foam trucker hat with the old school 1979 Bush logo on it.
That was a good year.
It's a
I
great
think
year.
I think it was probably 89.
Also great.
Was it the Bush or the Bush Light?
It was the first logo after the what was Bush originally called?
Bavarian beer.
Yeah, it was the first logo after that.
So that must be the Bush, because Bush Light was invented in '89. So this must be
this
even
is
before
this
Bush
is
Light was even invented.
Yes, it was.
Huge get.
Yeah, and then we'll save that secret for next week's. We got some. This is an announcement that will make an announcement for new hats coming soon. Another patch hat that I cooked up. So,
oh really?
I'm just cooking stuff up in the warehouse. You guys, I'm just out there in my own world.
Are you stitching your own patches in the warehouse? So how did you cook up a patch?
I'll show you later.
Okay.
Patches of Houlihan.
We need to do a Patches O'Houlihan sale at some point.
Yeah. Okay. Absolutely slinging patch hats.
Come up with the 5 Ds of buying a patch hat somehow. Discount, discount.
Maybe discontinued. To like, hey, we're only gonna do this once, and then they're gone.
Yeah, so we'll find it. We'll maybe do a Patches O'Houlihan sale at some point.
Yeah,
that's a good idea.
Okay.
All right. Well, we just did our merch meeting, so
OhYouBetcha.com.
OhYouBetcha.com. Go check them out. Okay. Next segment is titled "Good Things to Lie About." So I would like to know what you guys think are good things to lie about. And I swear to God, if you guys have anything about lying to your boss, I'm gonna be fucking pissed.
Shit.
Okay.
No.
Okay. No reworking.
Boss being my wife, but
yeah, that was a good thing to lie about, right?
Yeah. So.
You're just gonna replace boss with wife now on your list. I think texting "I'm on my way" is a good thing to lie.
No.
Hear me out, Tyler. Okay. We both know that I'm not on my way, Tyler. You know that. I know that. But what we do get is one, you know that I'm awake.
That's the only positive.
So you know that I'm on the way. Or so you know that I'm awake and that I will be on the way, because there's times when you're like, is he awake? Is he even going to be on the way? Now you know that I will be on my way, even if I am not now. Plus, it shows that I care about you, Tyler.
Please.
Because
explain.
I woke
I like
up.
that you're coming right at me, because you like do this to me all the time.
I wake up and I recognize that I'm not going to be there on time. And so I need to let you know that I feel bad about that. If I didn't feel bad about that, I wouldn't say on my way. I would just show up a half hour late and not say anything. So in reality, this is me being as nice as I possibly can by just telling you, hey, I'm thinking about you. I'm on my way mentally.
This is possibly your magnum opus of moving the goalpost.
No.
Because all you got to do on the flip side of the receiving side of this, tell me you're not even in the shower yet, then I can plan the rest of my day.
No, because then you won't be ready when I get there, because you'll start doing something else.
No, I will be ready.
No. So that's one. The other thing is people are more comfortable knowing that something bad is going to happen versus just not knowing what the future holds. People would rather know what's happening, even if it's bad, than not knowing what's going to happen. And by me saying I'm on my way signals to you this is a bad thing. He's going to be late. But now mentally, you're not sitting there in an anxious fit of when's he going to show up?
Yeah, but
you just know that, he's going to be late.
Also, just telling me you're going to be late accomplishes the same thing.
Yeah, but it's
the same amount of words. Same amount of words.
I'm going to be late.
Because then it's admitting guilt,
way.
and I don't feel guilty all the time being late.
You just said you feel sorry.
I feel sorry. I don't feel guilty. Like I am sorry, but I'm not gonna have to go confess that to the priest.
Okay.
There's a difference between guilt and sorrow.
This is goalpost move of the year, I think.
Well, I think where Tyler's coming from too is, because he gets there on time. Like, you know, he maybe had to walk into his kid's room and give him a kiss on the forehead. They're still sleeping because like he's ready to go. He's getting going for the day. Didn't even get to see his kids because he had to leave early to get there on time.
Why do you think I'm showing up late so I can see my kid in the morning after he wakes up?
It's a two-way street.
Yeah.
Bada boom, bada fucking bang.
Well, no, what I'm saying is Tyler doesn't get to see his kid.
I know, but am I going
to
to choose Tyler's kids over my kids? Absolutely not.
Okay, Tyler, are you going to choose your kids?
No,
Okay, there we
what
go.
I do is I just show up late because I know he's gonna be.
And
See,
then,
I've thought about doing that, but then I'm like, God, there's this off chance that
Dude,
he
once-
might be there on
no.
time, and then I'm at fault for being
No,
late.
and then I'm sitting there doing this.
once you let go of that, it's so freeing. I used to be the same way because I have to go to Myles' house at least once every 2 weeks for something, and just showing up 15 minutes late never once has hindered anything.
No, I will have to say he's lying. He doesn't show up late.
I did show up super early the last time.
You did show up 30 minutes early, which was a great feeling for me
That was an accident, genuinely.
because now it's like I could be 10 minutes late and the headline isn't Myles was 10 minutes late. The headline is Tyler was 30 minutes early on accident.
Yeah.
You know, like that was big for me.
I showed up at 9 instead of 9:30 and didn't realize how early I was until like 9:25. And I was like, fuck, I wasn't even supposed to be here yet.
No.
I was just
No,
sitting
you
in
just show up at the time you're supposed to lately, I feel like. But you got to admit, I also have been getting way better at being on time.
Yes.
You have.
Yeah.
I've been making it a point on showing up on time, being better at it at least.
Mhm.
I'm not going to nail it every time, but the amount of "I'm on my way" texts I've been able to trim those down.
Mhm.
I kind of miss it, honestly.
Just by having us come to you.
What's actually kind of wild about this whole situation is we've went out to dinner a couple times the last couple months, and the way I'm preparing myself to then get ready to leave the house, like get dressed, maybe shower, deodorant, whatever. It's like I'm leading up to leaving my house at the time that we say we're gonna meet,
Because
and then Meg will be, my wife will be like, Myles and Anna are already there. I'm like,
Whoa.
what? They said we were going to meet in 30 minutes and they're already there. So kind of
Dude.
wild.
no, we haven't been 30 minutes early.
The last one you were 30 minutes early.
No, we said 5:30 and we
the
were there at
turntables.
5:30.
I think it was
You guys were late.
it was 6 and you were there at 5:30.
I'm gonna be
No,
honest.
it was not 6.
Maybe
Ann told me 5:30, so I wouldn't be late.
Probably because my wife told me 6.
And then Ann was like in the car, didn't want to tell me that she lied. And was like, "Oh fuck, we're so early, but I can't tell them that we're early, so I'm gonna make it seem like they're late."
Yeah.
there's like a
Yeah.
And that was
90%.
why when you guys showed up, you're like, "Why are you guys here so early?" Because she
Yeah.
wasn't accounting for that. I've been making it a point to be on time lately. Holy smokes,
That
that
is
all
for
makes
sure.
sense now. Ann's a fucking liar.
Hey, good,
Good
things
thing to lie about though.
But now that I know it, I'm gonna be like, "Oh well, that's usually a half hour later because Ann tells me the time."
But what's
Now,
so bad about being early?
wasting time? I could have been doing something else other than sitting there twiddling my thumbs, waiting for to keep telling the waitress that, "Oh, there's 2 more people coming, so yeah, we'll wait." What's the fun in that?
Okay.
When I could have been sitting on my phone on TikTok on my couch, you know,
Pants
Yeah,
on.
and
without any pants on.
what's better than just shooting off a text to the people you're meeting for dinner, being like, "Hey, order me this," and then you show up and your food's already there.
No, partly the reason why I was on time there is like, so you get home and then the babysitter showed up.
Yeah.
And I can only take so much small talk with a babysitter in your own home,
For sure.
to the point where you're thinking, because you're like, all right, she shows up early because she's trying to not be late. But it's like the time we told her to show up, we wanted her to show up at that time. So there was the appropriate round of small talk. When you show up 15 minutes early, that's an additional 15 minutes of small
Yep.
talk.
Yep.
So now it's a full half hour that you're sitting there and you run out of stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird because you're like, I want to just like sit on my couch, but you're standing in my kitchen and,
Yeah. It's like, oh, so you're switching majors, huh?
Well, that's what
You're sitting on the couch together.
So like
watching.
fucking God, you guys still doing books or like is it all iPads now or like what's going on
Yeah.
at school? I don't.
Yeah,
I
when's
don't
book
know.
buyback coming up?
You guys
Are you
still
guys at
burning
books or-
CDs?
Jump rope by heart.
So the move in that situation is you and Ann just bounce and you get a drink at the bar.
Yeah. Unless you go to a restaurant without a bar, I guess.
And then you get a drink at the liquor store.
Yeah.
And
Just go drink in the
it-
garage.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just have a beer in the garage.
Yeah.
Parking lot beer at your own house.
Oh my God. Yeah. That's a whole interesting thing. And the funny thing is like a babysitter's never gonna tell you if it went bad. Do you know what I mean?
No.
Like we got home and she was like, "Oh my God, it went great." He was. I'm like, if it went bad, you wouldn't tell me.
He would have called me by now.
Yeah. If it actually went bad, we would have got a text.
Yeah.
You know, like he's launching his shit across the
Yeah.
room.
He's threatening to run away.
Where are
right
the
now.
magic erasers? Your toilets are too small.
You guys got a mop
she,
anywhere?
she says that the kids sprayed the wall with shit in the bathroom and you find out that it was just her because the toilets are too small.
Hey, that would be the move. Blame it on the kid.
Mhm.
Smart.
Hey, don't you listen to him. He's going to lie to you and say it was me.
Yeah. Bonus points if you have a dog.
Yeah, when's your cleaning lady coming next? You might want to warn her about
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, it's like that's been part of it is like showing up on time of that. It's like, all right, you know, there's babysitter coming, whatever, but then she shows up early, so you don't want to stick around and smoking jokes, and you got to cheese out of there early.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
I'm all
check, please.
sorts of fucked, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I also feel like babysitter prices got insane.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, because you don't want to be the family who underpays. You,
You
know?
can't
See,
underpay, but and it's like, yeah, I mean that like when you say like $20 for an hour, right? You're like, yeah, that seems like a reasonable amount. You're watching my kid, whatever.
Yeah.
But then you go out with fucking 75 hard over here, and you start smoking and joking. You maybe go out for a drink after dinner, and you're gone for 6 hours. It's like I
$150
just
later.
went to 2 dinners.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And my kid was sleeping for 2 out of the 3 hours.
Yeah.
I know?
Yeah.
That's why Ryan does
I just-
75 hard. He's saving money on drinks for the
Well, I
babysitter.
probably had about 15 Diet Cokes that night. All hopped up on it. I wasn't ready to go home, you know?
Yeah, and then you're like, Jesus. All right, I guess we went to the expensive restaurant, even though we went to Culver's.
Yeah.
15 Diet Cokes at Culver's.
My plate went from $20 a plate to fucking $80 a plate.
Yeah.
Burger better be good.
Yeah. I mean, you babysitting lucrative business.
They run the economy.
Yeah, they do.
Is that a well-known fact?
I heard
I
that
have no
a long
idea.
time ago. It's the babysitter economy. It's like an article.
Oh,
'Cause
really?
They have so much free cash.
Huh.
Yeah.
I think another good thing to lie about, especially if you're a dude, is when someone says, "What you thinking about?" You just say nothing.
Mhm.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
we can't explain our outrageous thoughts.
I will do that. So Anne, she'll say that. What are you thinking about? And I go, nothing. She goes, oh, come on. You're thinking about something.
And
Come
then-
on. I could see you. You're like your eyes are doing the little fucking fluttery thing. Like you're not all here.
It's like
Then I go, okay, here's what I was thinking about.
Mhm.
I was looking at the toilet paper roll and I started thinking about, you know, how many toilet paper rolls do we have in the pantry? Then I started thinking about that the pantry's a fucking mess and how much shit in there we got to throw away.
Granola bars.
And then I started thinking about how much garbage bags cost and just how much everything costs in general. Then I started thinking about the babysitter and how much she costs. And next thing I know, I'm thinking about, you know, like we can't go anywhere unless we're going to spend $150. So that's what I was fucking thinking about. Was that worth it?
Yeah.
So advice
Oh,
to
well, that doesn't sound very fun. Why'd you ask
yeah,
then?
you made me tell
I
you.
tried to lie to you.
I was trying to save you that miserable 2 minutes of me explaining my thought process. So ladies, just if we say nothing, just trust us that it wasn't worth your time.
Yeah, it doesn't involve you.
I think another not similar vein of just kind of ignorance is bliss. I think a good lie is when someone does a movie reference and you've never seen the movie. And when they ask, hey, you know what I'm talking about? You just say, oh yeah. And then laugh and go, that was a good one. And then move on.
Yeah.
It's way better than someone explaining an obscure movie reference.
I just did that today. FedEx guy came in, made a Motley Crue The Dirt movie reference. I was like, fuck, I've seen that movie.
What a fucking pull by him.
I've seen that movie. Oh, dude, great movie.
You actually would like it. MGK's in it.
I know. I've seen the opening scene. Him just absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Pump, yeah. So I've seen that movie mentally.
Rewind it.
For conversation.
It's just so much easier to just go, oh yeah. Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
That was good.
And you just hope and pray it's not the person that's going to want to expand.
Yeah,
Just, like,
and
keep talking about the movie. Be like, oh yeah, what did you think about so and so?
I have gotten caught and then being like, you know, you gotta do like that. Yeah. Fuck, maybe I haven't seen that one.
yeah, or you got to be like, God,
Wait, maybe did I see a clip on?
You got to be like, oh, I haven't seen it in so long. I
Yeah,
barely
there you
remember
go.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Boom.
Flex Seal tape slap
Yep.
that on there.
yeah.
God, it's refreshed my mind. It's been so long. I remember that part.
Oh, yeah. Okay, now it's coming back to you.
Oh yeah. That's a good one.
Or you just
Yeah.
pivot like, oh, have you seen this movie? And then you say something you've seen.
Yeah.
The reverse.
Another good thing to lie about in my mind is pretty much any question that the doctor asks, like personally, whether that's nicotine use, alcohol use, like, are you sexually active? It's like, no, I'm not sexually active. My 2 kids are just sitting here right next to me. You know, I get you got to ask
Wow,
it, but
he might mean, are you sexually active more than twice in the last 18 months?
that's true.
That's
That's true. Statute of limitations.
Oh yeah.
Well, see, like the sexually active one, I probably would just tell the truth.
High five.
Now, like, will they ask you that
Yeah,
shit at your
yeah.
high school
Oh, yeah,
checkup?
yeah.
I'm fucking lying every time.
Yeah, what do you think I'm going to say when I'm doing the duck
Yeah,
walk
but like,
across the room?
what's he gonna do? Tell your parents he can't? Fucking HIPAA, you know?
Nah,
that's
he might
true.
though. Yeah, I'm not risking that.
That's true.
Are you sexually active? No, sir.
Yeah.
I am celibate.
Do you inhale smoke through your lungs? No. Nope. Just exhaust when I walk behind my pickup.
I usually try to get one or two rips.
if I like am, walking down the road, a guy smoking a dart on the side, and I trip on a crack, stumble, accidentally fall where my lips wrap around his cigarette in his hand. I'm so startled, I suddenly breathe in air. And then I exhale smoke. Like, that's happened to me before. That's probably the only time.
Yeah. Like, am I going to be okay, Doc? You think I'll be fine doing that?
He's like,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. A cigarette here and there isn't gonna kill you.
Yeah.
he's like,
Well, in that case, it sounds like you're cool with smoking then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm every weekend.
Yeah. If you drink, it
Yeah.
doesn't
Yeah.
count.
You'd consider that here and there, wouldn't you, Doc? Yeah. Me too.
I think another time it's good to lie is when you're at a restaurant and your food is average. Like if your food's like you have uncooked chicken, you gotta tell the
Yeah.
truth.
Yeah.
But if your food is just the most average shit ever, you tell them it's great.
You're not going to say
It's just
it.
not worth.
Nah,
It's not worth
I
the
mean,
risk.
Phenomenal.
To be at a table where someone, when they ask how the food is, to say it's not very good and they'd like something else, that is my ultimate nightmare.
Dude, it makes your skin crawl.
Like, if I'm ever in that scenario, that's like an end it all situation.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's like no way to converse out of that scenario.
It used to stress me out when my mom would be like something wasn't cooked through enough and send it back to make them cook it a little longer. That would, it's
Dude.
just like,
Mhm.
My dad gives honest feedback and I hate it.
oh, really?
It's so cringy.
Like, give me an example.
Like what?
They'll be
Okay,
like-
hold on.
They'll be like, how's
Hello, drone guy. How are the first bites?
not very good.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that. Can I get you something else?
No, this will do.
That's it.
Mhm.
Oh my god.
And it just I've seen him do it probably 3 or 4 times.
Now it's different. You asked me.
Hey, sir, how was your first few bites?
Oh, not very good. No, I'm kidding. It's great.
Much better.
Yeah.
Or it's a classic, like they come back and they're like, hey, how was everything? And like your entire plate's gone. You're like, it was okay. It was okay. And then you look at your plate and be like, yeah. I crushed that fucking stack of pancakes.
Yeah, it's like, or just saying that it's gone. It's like, it's gone, so you tell me.
Yeah, right.
That is also a pet peeve of mine. You get your food and you haven't taken a bite yet, and they go, "How is the first bite tasting?"
I'd love to tell you in 3 minutes.
Yeah, or you're just like taking a couple bites of the side salad that you got with it. You're like,
also my patented move. They coming up, they ask you first bites, you take a bite, and you go, and then they're like, "It sounds like everyone's loving it."
Yeah,
I went to like a steak night at a local bar on a Friday a couple weeks ago, and it was one of those where they have a shit ton of people, so they like pre-make all the medium rare steaks because everyone's going to get that. And so I got mine and it was ice cold and I didn't say a fucking word.
I would maybe in that scenario ask them to heat
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Throw it in the microwave.
I thought about it, but I couldn't do it. I'm like, I'm not sending this back.
Yeah. If meat's involved, I would send it back.
Yeah. It's already like an $8 steak.
If it was cooked, it was just cold.
It was cooked, right? It was just cold.
Did I ever tell you guys a story about my dad bought 20 steaks for $40 in the
I don't know if you told it on the pod, but you told it.
It was some parking lot. There was like a food truck that was selling 20 steaks for $40. And my dad he's like, this is a fucking steal. I mean, let's go. He buys the steaks. He's all excited. He invites us over to have these steaks with him. He cooks them up and we started eating them. And I had to pull a page out of Tyler's dad's book. And I was like, Dad, these steaks are terrible. I don't know if I can finish it.
And it ain't often guys like us can't finish it.
Yeah, I mean,
we'll suck it down.
They were that bad. And you could tell he was choking it down and kind of forgot about it, whatever. And then we were at their house. I don't know if it was last weekend or a couple of weekends ago. And he goes, so does anyone at the office have a hunting dog? And I was like, I mean, like Ryan's got a hunting dog. I mean, like Tyler's dog is a hunting dog, whether he hunts or not. He's like, you think any of them would want any of those steaks to feed their dogs? So that's how you know those steaks were bad. Is even my dad gave up on them and wants to feed them to the dogs.
How long has he had them in his freezer?
I don't know, but God, I was dying laughing.
You know, what'd be great is if we got a couple of those steaks and it reported back being like, dude, my dog wouldn't even
dog wouldn't touch it.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if my dog's holding out on me or what, but he wouldn't touch it.
Or it's like they're so rubbery. Like, yeah, he's been chewing on it for a week.
He thought it was just a silicone dog toy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was the one time where him being cheap really bit him in the ass. $40 down the drain. Yeah, that's the thing is you think you're being cheaper by spending, but you spent more money than if you just would have bought some regular steaks.
Yeah,
get what you pay for.
Yeah,
but God, that was funny.
I'm trying to think of what part of the cow is it.
It had to have been the calf. Something.
Yeah. It's fucking Achilles
calf muscle
tendon steaks.
Yeah.
Maybe like the forehead meat. Yeah. You know, it had to have been something like that. Because they were also razor thin.
Yeah. Calf and forearm, likely.
Yeah.
It looked like he took a regular steak and took one of those cheese slicers that has the roller on it, and then you just roll it across. And they just made 4 steaks out of one.
Yeah.
Great business.
It's tough. All right, Jared, you got any fun facts for us?
I have one. The Rubik's Cube has 43 quintillion possible combinations, but only one correct solution.
Really?
What?
You're going to throw that in my face after I still got to solve the Rubik's Cube?
No, he's helping you prep.
No, he's trying to make it seem more daunting to stress me out. I'm not worried. I've seen those kids do them in 7 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it takes me 10 times as long, I can do it in 70 seconds. You know, it's like no problem.
See you in the cube.
Actually be a great matchup would be the fat, like you lay out a phrase to type for the fastest T9 word typer, and then match them up against the kid who
Rubik's.
can do the fastest Rubik's Cube. Say go and see who wins.
Type Rubik's cube.
I've seen him done it for like 4
How
seconds.
long of a head start would you need on the number one Rubik's Cube solver in the world to beat them?
A week?
Yeah, 5 days.
Yeah. I was going to say 24 hours, but
I'm saying 4 hours.
mm,
You think so?
Like, just think because normally you're fucking around with the Rubik's Cube, you're kind of just fucking chatting with people, whatever. But if you're locked into a Rubik's Cube for 4 hours, you guys don't think you can get it solved? I mean, my brother solved a Rubik's Cube as a kid.
raw, like no assistance.
No assistance.
Little books.
Can you give assist? Like, can you get assistance?
There's a
Wrong turn.
pattern that if you just follow the pattern over and over, you eventually solve it.
Oh,
And I've never Googled it.
I know that's why I want a raw dog. I could Google this, but
yeah.
at some point I need to do the corner of the room.
So that's
See you in
like
the cube.
Just me in the cube.
That's
Get
what,
my demons out on that cube.
so that's what those speedsters do, Ryan. If you watch those videos, they look at the cube, get their hands right, and then they just do that pattern super fast.
gotcha.
Mhm.
What was the fact again?
43 quintillion.
Yeah, it stressed me out.
That is
But
a lot
actually, no.
of possibilities.
You give me 4 hours. You know, they always said that I don't remember if it was
Here we
fucking I don't remember. I'll leave you with this and then we can end the podcast. I don't remember if it was fucking Abe Lincoln or what. But if you give me 5 hours to chop down a tree, I'll spend the first 4 sharpening my axe. And so that's what I plan to do with my 4 hours. Spend the first 3 hours sharpening my axe, so that last hour I can just chop that Rubik's Cube down.
At some point, an axe can't get any sharper.
It's true.
Fucking Abe.
We'll make sure I have multiple Rubik's cubes because you'll probably throw one across the room.
No. I'm a calm, cool, and collected human being.
We should do that. We should just we should.
That would be funny. No, I don't need multiple Rubik's Cubes. Just me and the cube.
Speed the cube.
5 minutes in. And then you guys walk in with another cube. How'd you guys know?
We come in like 2 hours later. He's fucking butt ass naked in the corner, like having just a mental breakdown.
Yeah. Fetal position.
He's been in solitary confinement for 2 months.
I think what we should do is on a Friday at noon. So I should be able to solve it by the time I go home at 5 on Friday. Put me in the corner. We'll start the camera. You can do it in like 720p, so it's not like a
Huge file.
400 gigabyte file.
Shoot it in 4K so we can really zoom in on the cube.
Yeah, he's cheating. Peel the stickers.
Yeah.
Or like you do, like I have a solved one in my pocket and I'm wearing a sweatshirt and just fucking switch it on. Sleight of hand. And it's just one turn away. And then I'm like,
Done.
no, there would be no tampering whatsoever.
3 hours, 59 minutes.
So, we'll have to, hey, that'll maybe be the next Patreon after our next announcement.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
So, all right, guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode of You Betcha Radio podcast. May your Rubik's Cubes be solved, and may your fabric in your America be intact. Cheers, Ryan.
Oh, you betcha, yeah.
Yeah.
Myles texting on his way, thumbs dancing on the screen, live action on the road, avoiding grocery scene. Old toilet seats occupying the yard back home, burning CDs like it's still 95 alone. Bringing phone to practice, can't leave it in the bag. Chatting with the babysitter, making sure the kids don't wag. Ryan getting fundraiser text, irritates his peace. Lying doctor says he's fine, but he's feeling the squeeze. Texting troubles in a world so fast, living live action memories that won't last. Always thinking while we're burning still. Country roads teach lessons against our will. avoiding aisles of produce. It's easier to con. Old toilet in the yard, same place, it's always on burning discs. One more tune to spin, nostalgia in his pocket before the signal begins. Practice interrupted by the phone in his hand. Babysitters reports, kids running wild. Understand Ryan's fundraiser fails, all he needs is some rest. Doctors lie on repeat, but the truth is in his chest. Texting troubles in a world so fast. Live a life, action memories that won't last. Always fading while we're burning still. Country roads teach you lessons against our will. Against our will. Our tractor travels in a world so fast. Living life, action memories that won't last. Always fading while we're burning still. Country roads teach you lessons against our will. Texting troubles in a world so fast. Living life, action memories that won't last. Always fading while we're burning still. Country roads teaching lessons against our will. Woo!
Bartender red flags.
What are some bartender red flags? There's a few ways to approach it, I feel like.
I mean, for me, it's like kind of the opposite of a normal red flag. Like the more put together the bartender is, the more concerned I am. I kind of want my bartender to be a little bit ratchet. It's like
That is true.
You know?
Yeah.
But I also feel like
Yeah, like if they're wearing an Apple Watch.
Yeah, I don't want that. I don't want that
You
at
know,
all.
I think that's probably a red flag.
Yeah. For sure. I want mine to still be wearing a concert bracelet that says they're 21 up.
Yeah.
Not an Apple Watch.
I think if they have a general good attitude demeanor, I think I don't like that. I mean, so what do you, because then you're like, well, why are you bartending then?
You're supposed to be
You have such a
miserable.
great attitude about life, you know? And then not to dig bartending, but I don't know.
No, every bartender I worked with when I was bouncing was fucking miserable.
Yeah, they just hate the world.
They were good bartenders though.
If they got no, as they would say in the UK, banter,
Yeah.
you can't, if there's no rat tat tat naturally, even if you just met them, kind of a red flag.
Mhm.
yeah, I'm definitely out on that as well.
Um,
I'm not a big fan of when if a bartender asks, like, if they say, what do you want versus like, what are you drinking? I feel like you can take those one of
that
two
is
ways.
true.
It's a fork in the road.
All right, welcome to Joe's Bar. What do you want?
Yeah.
I like
but
that.
if it's a red flag if when they're talking initially they're not throwing coasters down. I just instantly trust a bartender more. Like, what's up, fellas? How we doing? What can I get you to
Yeah,
drink?
I like that. I like
It's
that.
way better than if they're just, standing there. What other red? Jared, you gotta have a red flag.
They like try to upsell you. Like, today we have this hibiscus whatever cocktail. They open with that.
Yeah, if they ask you if you
upselling.
want any desserts.
Opening with the specials like immediately before they're even like, if they're rattling off the specials way too fast.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
too quick in the introduction. That's a red flag to me. It's like, okay, you're just
But also if they have to read the specials off of something, not good either.
They don't remember. They don't have them
No, that means-
memorized.
they're new.
or if you ask for a simple drink, they have to get the drink book out to see how to make it.
It's not necessarily a bartender, but when a server doesn't write down your order, huge red flag. Like, you're not that confident you're going to remember our whole table.
You don't like that?
No.
See, I think it's pretty. I think it's kind of fascinating when they can, if they bring the order
they just
to your table like spot on.
We had
I'm
a
like,
bit
holy
about
fuck.
this.
I think we did,
IHOP.
but it only happened.
Ranch Wrangler.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. We did a Ranch Wrangler at an IHOP, which I rightfully renamed it to IHOWD for the International House of Water Damage.
Yep.
Because the whole ceiling had water damage on it. And the waitress comes up to take my order and free balls it at IHOP. And I say, like, the waitress didn't write down my order. I'm a little concerned about that.
And then nothing was right.
Nothing was correct.
Like all you got was pancakes that were, and it wasn't even the right amount, if I remember correctly.
It was a disaster.
Like Ryan, you're right. It is fascinating when they get it right, but I feel like that only happens once every 10 times.
But then if they get it wrong, it's like holy fuck.
But it provides me stress because I'm like, oh fuck. Now I'm thinking about that she's got to remember or he's got to remember everything that was said. Like
Right.
you're like, you shouldn't have said that you want it with no tomatoes. Now that's another thing she's got to remember. She's probably gonna fuck up my order now.
Should have said extra tomatoes.
And
She also
also-
said extra tomatoes.
like a message to all the servers out there: we don't judge you for writing it down. Just write it down. No one thinks less of you for doing that.
it makes me a little uncomfortable when they don't write it down,
Yeah.
and I don't know why.
I think it's
Yeah,
probably
it's-
easier to split the tickets up too.
Yeah.
If there's like, say
Mhm.
there's 4 people and like people in the corners are together, you know, how do you know how to split the ticket up if you're not writing anything
Yeah,
down?
I just like don't even see the advantage of your party trick of trying to remember the table's orders. Like,
Now I can understand if the like the computer monitor where they're putting stuff in is like just a few steps away from where you're ordering at. Then they just hop over to the computer, they put it in right away. It's fresh in the mind.
Now, I would say if it's you and your wife out for dinner, I think you can handle that. Free balling it.
Yeah.
I'm on board with that. You start getting to 6+ people at a table.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how you do
yeah.
it.
okay, so I ate at a restaurant in the mall in town. I forget the name of it. Kind of nicer, but we had 15 people, and the dude was like, "I'm gonna fucking memorize this." And like one person got their order right. We didn't get our drinks because he forgot all of our drinks and had to come back and ask again.
Yeah.
that would be funny if it's like if they made like a comedy show, kind of like The Office or whatever, like kind of like the show Waiting, like
Mhm.
about a restaurant. If they did it like that, there's just one character that is stubborn about not writing it down and always gets it wrong and
Is-
never gets a tip.
Have any of you guys watched The Bear? I've never watched it, but I think that's kind of the vibe. It's
I've
a
watched
restaurant.
a little bit
I've
of
seen
it.
it.
It's a restaurant.
But isn't
crew.
it a drama, not a comedy?
a little bit?
dramedy.
It's
It's a
both.
dramedy.
It's
Yeah,
a dramedy.
yeah.
Drama mean.
It wins awards and shit. It seems
Yeah.
like a good show. I've never seen
Yeah,
it
that's
though.
good. I like it.
But I think that's the vibe. It's the restaurant staff follows all the people that work there around.
Guys, if you want more You Betcha Radio, you got to check out our Patreon. You got to go to patreon.com/You Betcha Radio or look us up on the app, and we have hundreds of hours of other episodes on there that you can't get unless you're signed up. So you got to check us out on Patreon. You Betcha Radio, baby.